For some analysis, we're joined by Major General Mick, formerly of the Australian Army. He's a former commander of the Australian Defence College, and he's the author of War Transformed: The Future of 21st Century Great Power Competition and Conflict. Thank you for joining us. What do you
Thank
make
you.
of what we're calling a retreat from Kyiv? It shows that the Ukrainian defences have been very effective, but what does that mean in terms of Russian strategy?
Well, it means Russian strategy has failed. Right from the start, they planned on an advance on Kiev and a capture of the Ukrainian capital to force political accommodations on the Zelensky government. They've totally failed in this endeavour. The Ukrainian army has fought them to a standstill and forced them to retreat back over the border. It's unlikely we're going to see many Russians seeking to advance on Kiev again, notwithstanding their operations in other parts of the country.
That's the question, isn't it? Are they going back to Russia, or are they acting as reinforcements to the south and the central part of the country, where they appear to be focusing their efforts right now?
I think it's likely that many of them will take some time to refit and to reinforce before they're sent to other bits of the country. The Ukrainians have handed the Russians in the north a tremendous beating. A lot of those units are no longer combat effective. So whilst some of them will move to reinforce units in the east, it will take them some time to physically move, but probably much more time to reinforce and to re-equip those units.
What do you make of the channel that they appear to be reinforcing down there at the east, down to the south? What are they trying to achieve there?
I think it's just a continuation of the war that the Russians have waged in the east of Ukraine since 2014. The original statement from Putin and others has talked about the liberation of Donbass, and they will seek to get something out of this war that they can sell as a victory. They have not done that yet, and they will continue to throw troops at this problem in the east to try and get something that approaches a success for them. But they're a long way from that.
Could this be a temporary shift? Could they, regroup and then go for Kyiv again?
It's always possible, but they're going to have to fight for that ground all over again. That doesn't make a lot of military sense, and the Ukrainians are even better set up to defend that ground now. It's most likely that they will continue to reinforce efforts in the east and try and get something they can call a success in that part of the country, but that will take them some time. This won't be over in days or weeks.
Most shocking part probably of the weekend's news are these images we've been getting out of the regions around Kyiv, in the areas where the Russians are retreating. And would you say, from what we've seen there, that there is very clear evidence of war crimes? And how do we investigate that?
I think it's very clear evidence of criminal behaviour by military commanders who have established a lawless and unethical culture in the Russian army. This goes all the way to the top. And to be frank, in an army that has for weeks indiscriminately targeted civilians in cities, we shouldn't be surprised that Russian soldiers feel comfortable then descending even further to the murder of innocent civilians.
This is a familiar technique, isn't it, by Russian forces in conflicts gone by?
Unfortunately, that is very true. This is a playbook they've used in Chechnya and a playbook they've used in Syria. And the Russian army coming into this war had based a lot of its transformation activities on what it learned in Syria. Unfortunately, a lot of the lessons it learned in Syria were these very ones about the deliberate and systematic terrorization of civilians. These are not individuals going rogue. This is a systemic approach to terrorize the Ukrainian people right from the top of the Russian army.
This is about attacking civilians, you would argue, where you basically punish them for resisting.
That's right. You're punishing them for resisting, but you're also punishing them in the hope that the Zelensky government will seek some kind of political accommodation. But it's actually had the reverse effect on the Ukrainians. It's made them fight harder because they know that this is an existential fight for them.
In your experience, is this a very crucial stage in the process of ultimately getting justice? So getting those investigators into those areas when the Russians have just left to try to get the best evidence against them in any future trials?
Absolutely. The collection of evidence is probably already starting. I doubt the Ukrainians are ceasing that kind of activity. They are getting in, they'll be collecting evidence. They will want to ensure, just as we should in the West, that the people responsible for these crimes and the commanders responsible all the way to the top of the Russian army are held to account, even if it takes months, years, or decades.
Okay, Mick, Ryan, appreciate your perspective today. Thank you for joining us.